name is Marcus Toole, and I'm in my home orchard and going to be giving a bit of a tour. This is my Orient pear tree, which I planted last year, and I have actually grafted in the top of it an Acres Home pear tree in the top here. So this tree I kind of plan to prune to be an espalier kind of pruning, where it's going to be kind of like a living fence. And so what I'm going to do a little bit later on, probably this week, is bend these trees, these limbs, and actually have one limb going that way, one limb going that way, like a fence. And then up here, I'm going to eliminate these side branches and then let this produce two branches on it, and it will be the next like rung of the living fence. And it will be a different kind of pear, and the Acres Home pear. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a really cool thing, and kind of a nice border between my property and the neighbor's property. I've added a few persimmon trees this spring. This one here is a guiambo, which is an astringent persimmon. Now what I mean by an astringent persimmon is that the persimmons, when they turn orange, they remain astringent until it gets so ripe that they're actually soft. And there are other persimmons that are not astringent, and we'll talk about them later on, because I have two non-astringent persimmons that I've added to the yard. But I've decided to add persimmons to the orchard. Guiambo has a large fruit like this. It's kind of acorn shaped, and is well known for being a very high quality astringent persimmon. My fig trees have put out for the season. This is a raspberry latte fig tree. I've added, this is a rabbit eye blueberry that I added from our property out on plantation. It's a wild one, or well, it's a domesticated species, but it's a feral one that I've moved to the yard. And I have others in the yard that are doing great. I have my McKibben plum, and I have actually grafted a Robusto plum into my McKibben plum, and it's beginning to sprout. So I think that the graft is going to be a successful graft. We have another graft here. This is a LeConte pear, and I have grafted another Acres Home into my LeConte pear. So there'll be one branch of this pear tree that will be different from the rest. My huckleberries are just covered with huckleberries. Maybe you want to come and get a closer look at the huckleberries. The bushes are just covered this year, and I'm expecting a nice big crop of huckleberries. I should start getting huckleberries in April, or even maybe late March, but for sure in April. My Tennessee pear is putting out a little bit. The Purdue pear is putting out, and I've grafted into it this is a Warren pear that I've grafted into it. So there'll be one limb of something a little bit different on it. A Warren pear is supposed to be a very, very high quality eaten pear. This right here is a Fuyu persimmon, and that's a non-astringent type of persimmon. And the fruit on the Fuyu persimmon are good to eat, even when the persimmons are still kind of hard, and they're often crunchy like an apple. More of the huckleberries in here, in various stages of either being in bloom or having fruit growing on them. My apple trees, my pear trees, particularly my southern Bartlett pear tree, has finished blooming and is covered in little teeny tiny pears. Tennessee has a few pears on it, not too many. And over here I have my southern king pear, which also have grafts in it, but its grafts are not sprouting yet, so we shall see. The grafts in this one is a Potomac pear, which is a southern pear that tastes and looks like a D'Anjou pear, but they're Potomac pears. My plum trees are sort of blooming. They're kind of like blooming here and there. They're all three of them are acting like they did not get enough chilling hours this year. We just did not get enough cold weather for them to do quite the way they're supposed to do. So may or may not get much in the way of plums this year. Another pear tree that I did some grafts on that are looking good is this pear tree was a Ayers pear, and I grafted in a pineapple into this branch here, these two branches, and then this was a graft I did last year of a Leona pear, and these are two unknown pears that I grafted in. And then down here we got more Leona pear that I grafted in this year, and they're beginning to swell and look like they're going to sprout a little bit. Another plum tree that's acting. This is the Tools Heirloom plum. It's going to bloom some, but it's just not doing what it ought to do because of our really warm winter last year. Now, trees that appreciated the warm winter are the citrus trees. All my citrus trees are doing really well. This is my Arctic Frost, and it's putting out for spring. I have tons of blueberries back here that are blooming. My Golden Boy pear is covered in little baby pears, and looks like it's going to produce a bumper crop this year. And my Owari Orange Frost, and over here I have a Brown Select and another Arctic Frost citrus orange trees. All of them look like they're doing good. They're putting out for spring. And my little Lemon Frost lemon tree has buds on it and is going to be blooming soon. So you can see the little buds starting on it. The fig trees have put out, I've just given them a big dose of fertilizer. The main fruit trees that are not putting out yet are the muscadine vines, but they're always the last to put out anyway. So this is Marcus Toole. I'm in my little home orchard. Good day.